Most people do not lose the day all at once. They lose it around noon. The morning began with intention, but then came the messages, the interruptions, the fatigue, the low-grade frustration. And now your mind is scattered, your patience is thinning, and the rest of the day already feels spoken for. But a hard midday does not have to become a wasted day. You do not need to rebuild your whole life by 1 in the afternoon. You need a reset. Marcus Aurelius knew this. King David knew it too. And by the end of this video, you'll have a simple 4-step midday practice to regain focus, composure, and direction. And the deepest part of it is this: one part restores the mind, the other restores the heart. Morning routines matter, evening reflection matters, but many days are won or lost in the middle. Anyone can feel disciplined at the start of the day. The real test is who you become by noon. Marcus Aurelius understood that. He was not writing from a peaceful life. He was an emperor, carrying war, politics, grief, exhaustion, and constant responsibility. And yet, in the middle of pressure, he kept returning to one discipline, not escaping his circumstances, but recovering himself within them. In Meditations, Marcus says that people look for retreats in the countryside, by the sea, or in the mountains. But the deepest retreat is one you can enter at any moment, within yourself. That is not withdrawal, that is mastery. Marcus understood that when the mind becomes irritated, distracted, anxious, or resentful, your first task is not to control everything around you. It is to restore order within you, to ask, what is happening in my mind right now? What is actually in my control? What is the next duty in front of me? That is the Stoic part of the reset. Not panic, not self-pity, not handing your inner life over to whatever just happened. It is a return inward, to proportion, clarity, and self-command. But Marcus is only half the picture, because there are burdens that clarity alone cannot carry. There are moments when you do not just need composure, you need help. That is where King David speaks. David also lived under relentless pressure. He knew betrayal, conflict, fear, loss, weariness. And in Psalm 55, we do not find a man pretending to be unshaken. We find a man bringing his unrest honestly before God. And one line in that psalm is especially striking. David says, "Evening and morning and at noon, I utter my complaint and moan, and he hears my voice." Not just in the morning, not just at night, at noon, in the middle of the day, in the middle of unfinished problems, in the middle of emotional pressure. David did not wait until the day was over to return to God. He returned in the middle of unrest. And that matters, because sometimes the most important spiritual act is not to appear calm. It is to interrupt the momentum of the day and pray before your heart hardens. This is why Marcus Aurelius and King David belong together here. Marcus teaches us to return inward and recover reason. David teaches us to return upward and recover trust. Marcus restores order to the mind. David restores surrender to the heart. Together, they give us a stronger midday reset than vague motivation ever could. So here is the practice. Step 1. Pause the drift. Most bad afternoons do not collapse all at once. They erode. One distraction becomes 20 minutes. One irritation colors every conversation. One anxious thought starts narrating the entire rest of the day. So the first discipline is simple. Stop. Put the phone down. Step away from the noise if you can. Take one slow breath. Break the momentum. Do not keep moving blindly. Step 2. Return inward. This is the Marcus Aurelius step. Name what is happening inside you. Honestly, not dramatically. What am I feeling right now? What story am I telling myself? What is actually mine to control? The moment you separate facts from emotional exaggeration, the mind becomes governable again. And when the mind becomes governable, composure starts to return. Step 3. Return upward. This is the David step. Bring the unrest to God, not with polished words, with truthful words. Lord, here is what is disturbing me. Here is what I am carrying badly. Here is where I feel frustrated, distracted, tired, or afraid. Help me meet the rest of this day with clarity, trust, and obedience. David shows us that midday prayer is not weakness. It is how the soul refuses to let pressure become its master. And step 4. Return to duty. Choose one next right action, not 5. 1. Send the message, finish the task, close the distraction, ask forgiveness, take the next faithful step. Because the goal of a reset is not merely to feel calmer, it is to re-enter the day aligned. That is why this practice works. It interrupts the spiral. It restores perspective. It turns prayer into direction. And it prevents one hard moment from ruling everything that follows. A reset does not remove pressure, but it restores your ability to meet it. So here is your challenge. For the next 7 days, set one alarm around the middle of your day. When it goes off, stop for 3 to 5 minutes, pause the drift, return inward, return upward, return to duty. And if you're starting today, comment, Day 1. Because this channel is not about admiring ancient wisdom from a distance. It is about practicing it until it forges something steadier within you. If this helped you, subscribe to the Principle Forge. And tell me in the comments, which part of the reset do you need most right now? Clarity, trust, or discipline? Whatever this day has already been, it does not have to own the rest of you. Pause, return, step back into the forge.